Back live at Heartland Park, Topeka. You're on board with Rick Corelli. Strange-looking sunset there as we're up on the roof of the Corelli truck. Butch Miller and Mike Bliss battling for position deep in the pack. Miller 9th, Bliss 10th. There's your leader. Hornaday's led most of the way. Ernie Irvin, Joe Ruttman had the lead for one lap at halfway. Maybe he'll get that second lap lead right at the end when you want to see him lead.
That's when they pay. So, you know, I hope he can. But, you know, we'll have to settle for second if we don't get the break.
Hornaday's looking good all over the race course. You were talking about the best place to pass at the main straightaway. Larry, how do you get set up to make a pass here on the main straightaway?
You know, a lot of these trucks, some of them do have good motors and even better motors, but you can really make an engine in these trucks look really good by how you get off this turn 10, this last corner. If you get off this turn 10 good, you get good forward bite as we've talked about, it's going to really run up that straightaway. If you're having to feather foot it off this corner, it's going to make the motor look like it's not running well.
Battle there for third. Todd Bodine is third in the Roush 61. Terry Labonte is up to fourth in the 5 out of the Hendrick Staples with the DuPont colors on that race truck today. Ernie, when you're working on setting up your trucks, what sort of gearing do you look for? Is everybody running pretty much the same thing, or is there really a lot of changes you can do?
Everybody's got a Jericho transmission, and that's about what everybody has. But, you know, there's a lot of things you can do with the different gear ratios, and also the third member. And, you know, we come up here and tested and found out that we had an overdrive like we'd run at Sears Point. That didn't really work good. So we come back and, you know, redid our stuff, you know, techs and all them, redid our transmissions and stuff. And one truck we had one gear ratio, and another truck we had a different gear ratio. So, you know, everybody's basically using first gear off of this turn 11 here. And, you know, that's one of the things that we didn't have in our transmission before.
Terry Labonte running fourth. Now, we have been watching Darrell Waltrip in the middle of this battle for many, many laps. DW has dropped back. He's back to 6th position right now behind Mike Skinner. So it's really Roush and the Roush truck, rather, with Todd Bodine and Terry Labonte dogfight for third right there as they boom down into turn 1. I want to remind you that coming up immediately after the checkered flag here at Heartland Park, we'll be going live to South Boston Speedway. Mike Joy, Buddy Baker in position to bring us the Ford Credit 300, the Busch Grand National Series event tonight live here on TNN. Is supposed to start right now, 5 o'clock Eastern. They're waiting for us to complete the truck round here at Heartland Park, and we've got 6 laps to go. And that battle for third is a very tight one. Terry Labonte drawing ever so close now on the backside of the road course here at Heartland Park.
Both of these trucks are really working good. They're getting in the corner. Their trucks are cutting the center. Both of them look like they're getting good forward bite, so they're pretty equal right now.
Todd Bodine in his first Supertruck start in that Ford, the 61. Terry Labonte had run at Phoenix in that 5 truck earlier this year, although that is a brand new vehicle. And trouble on the race course for the Channel Lock 38. That's the Ford of Sammy Swindell, the former World of Outlaws champion. And it looks as though it's going to bring out a caution. They're doing full course cautions as a standard procedure here today. A lot of times in road course racing, you'll see a caution at one part of the track. We really haven't seen much of that today.
If I was Doug Richard, I'd be screaming, Ron, stay off the throttle. Keep those butterflies closed right here. We need to try to conserve as much fuel as we can. Looks like somebody's got a serious engine problem.
Yeah.
That's the harmonic balancer, the oil pump pulley, and everything laying right there.
Doesn't run if you don't have that.
Yeah, that's a major problem.
Larry, don't tell Doug what to do. No. You know, hey, I'll cut you in on some of the prize money, man.
Come on now.
Don't tell Doug what to do.
Well, Ralph Shaheen on pit road assessing some of the strategy these teams are going to use in the last couple of laps before the checkered flag. Ralph?
Well, first off, all those engine pieces you saw are what came out of the bottom of Sammy Swindell's motor as he came up the front straightaway. That's what put him out. Well, Doug Richard, Larry McReynolds up in the booth saying everything he would be telling his drivers right now. What are you telling Ron Hornaday?
Well, right now, you know, I'm just telling, hey, you know, nice, smooth laps. You know, we're trying to save the tires. He's been running a nice, smooth pace. And I don't think the tires are going to be a problem right now. They look real good after the first half, but the little bit of fuel pickup problem we had in the first half, I'm thinking we got it fixed. I got my fingers crossed. You know, the guys did a real good job changing that pickup in only 5 minutes. So if everything comes out through, you know, right now, my hat's off to the crew, you know. So Ron's doing a real good job, and Papa John's is looking really good. RCCA, hey, we're doing it right now, so if we can just keep it up, that's what we're looking for.
You'll have about 5 more laps to go, gentlemen.
We'll see what happens. It's going to get down to it here in just a moment. We want to tell you a little bit about some announcements made here this week at Heartland Park. The Week in Racing brought to you now by Auto Week, America's only enthusiast weekly. Dodge coming back into NASCAR racing. They've dabbled here and there. Of course, Dodge is now the cars in the IROC Series. Well, Dodge is posting contingency money for race trucks, for super trucks in the NASCAR Supertruck by Craftsman Series. Any teams running Dodge Rams will get an extra $10,000 for a win. $5,000 for second, $2,500 for third. Walker Evans, the leading Dodge in today's event. That should encourage a few more Dodge teams to come into the series. Auto Week, just give them a call at 1-800-445-3800 now. Pick up a 52-week subscription for just $19.95, lowest price ever. Every week, Auto Week is first with all the inside news of racing and personalities, driving impressions, everything you want to know about the sport. Give Auto Week a call now, 1-800-445-3800. The offer ends Monday. Well worth it. We get a lot of our information and insight from Auto Week as Walker Evans runs under caution here in his Walker Evans Racing Dodge, the number 20, leading Dodge in the event today. We were kidding about Walker and his off-road experience, and he's been off-road a few times today, but good to see him in action here, and we wish him well, being scored 19th in the going as we work up toward 4 laps to go. The Sammy Swindell truck is still on the main straightaway. They haven't removed the 38 as yet, and we remain under full course caution here at Heartland Park. So we're talking about strategy and crew chiefs telling these front few drivers to make sure they conserve fuel as we get toward the last couple of laps. Maybe only a 2 or 3 lap sprint to the checkered flag.
It really could be. And right now, I would say, like Labonte in particular, Ruttman, they're saying, what can I do to snooker this guy in front of me on this restart? How can I catch him asleep? I'm sure the leaders are thinking the same thing. So it's this restart could determine a big factor in the outcome of this event.
Ernie, put yourself back in the driver's seat. If you're 3rd or 4th in this kind of situation, what do you want to do when the green comes out?
Beat him to the first corner.
Other than the obvious.
But it's going to be kind of tough because he's really getting down that straightaway really good. That's where he had passed Joe before. So, you know, now everybody's truck's handling a little different. They're real low on fuel. Tires are worn out. You know, not worn out, but, you know, they're definitely, some of the speed's gone on them. But, you know, the main thing is pressuring him and making him make a mistake.
There's Joe Ruttman in the 84. He'll restart second when we get going here in just a moment.
Todd Bodine, I'm sure what's on his mind is what happened to him earlier in the event after a caution flag, that those tires, they're really hot now, and they built a lot of rubber up under this caution. They're going to have to try to get that rubber off because they're not going to have time to fool around when they drop this green.
And if there's debris on the track, which there may well be at this point, you might pick up some debris, some dirt, some grass, whatever.
The more they run with these hot tires under caution, the more it's going to pick up, and they really, you see them keep swerving back and forth there. They got to try to keep those tires clean.
That's Bob Strait in the 37 coming to the inside of Bodine, gesturing to him, maybe trying to tell Todd something, that maybe you see something on the truck.
And, you know, I don't know what all that's all about. So, you know, they're going to go green here now. So Hornaday's going to stand on the gas right here.
Single file restart. The 37 drops back. The